listening to Confidence Equals Beauty with Amanda Taylor podcast. I'm your host, Amanda Taylor. I am a trained mental health therapist with years of experience working with people of all ages. I am passionate about helping others find their own inner confidence and overcoming negative stigmas. I have spent my entire life trying to help others in their times of need, but I was struggling to overcome my own insecurities, trying to show up how I thought others wanted me to be. It was not until I finally reached inside myself and gained my own confidence I was really going to find my true passion and purpose and wanting to help others do the same. I want to help you discover how beautiful and wonderful you are using my own life experiences and tips. Here we will talk about all topics that can help you find your own true confidence, because confidence equals beauty. Hey everyone, I hope y'all are doing great. Hope your week's doing well. Hope your month has ended. And if you're listening to this recording, it is the beginning of May and kind of the start of transitioning with our children slowly but surely ending school, planning for summer, and, all the things that have with this time of transition. And for me, we are gearing up. It's about to be summer months, which means we're going to have an evolving door of my stepsons coming and going, my daughter coming and going, and then what I call the ours child, the youngest, she just stays with us. So she doesn't have to come and go, this summer. And it gets challenging, when you're dealing with the other parents and you're dealing with a blended family. But we really do try to make this time very, very special, because it is really the only time really for a longer period of time versus just a week here and there or a weekend here and there that we can all be a actual family together. And so we're just kind of gearing up for that. And I hope you guys are, like I said, getting through the school year. If your kids are in school, if you're in college, you're winding down your semester and all the things that come with May. And so today's topic, it's kind of about taking control and stop overthinking. And I'm finding myself every time I create content or I think of ideas, I find myself actually struggling with exactly what I'm talking about. Or it's like I start working on it, I put it in the universe, and it will come back and I have to face it full on. So when I'm going through this stuff with you, I'm actually hand in hand with you going through this if you're experiencing these things too. So what I want to do is, basically the title is Take Control, Stop Overthinking, You Can Do It. So my question is, why do you overthink and overanalyze everything? Is there a way to stop worrying and having faith that everything will work out? And I really feel like this episode is time to really take control of your life. And it's time to make the rest of your life the best of your life. And I ask myself these questions all the time. Why do I wait? Why do I talk myself out of my true happiness? And I think many people will wait. An example would be wait until the love of my life, or I find love to be happy. Or when this happens, I will finally be at a good place. I'll finally be happy. I'll finally be at peace. I finally have achieved what I want. But why do we waste so much time waiting? I really think we need to take care of ourselves and love ourselves. I think we need to stop comparing and judging ourselves to others in hopes that one day we'll be accepted. I think we need to go after the things we are passionate about and let the inspiration flow in and out of our lives. And I really, really, really want to take these ideas for myself and for you. Did you know you are full of potential? And your life is meant to live to the fullest. And you are meant to be happy and at peace. And a lot of times I think instead we get stuck in our head. When this happens, or at this time, I will finally be happy mindset. And ask you, what about right now, in this exact moment? Why wait to be happy? Why wait to get that goal? Why wait to fulfill the dream? How can you enjoy this moment? And I think it starts when you accept yourself and realize you're exactly where you need to be in this exact moment. And in this moment, you have the right to do the things that can make you happy right now. And I am the worst at saying, oh, I'll get it done tomorrow or next week. I will look at my list. I'm a to-do list person. Or a mental to-do list person. Sometimes it gets on paper. Sometimes it's in my phone. Sometimes it's in my brain. And I will prioritize what needs to get done now and what can be pulled off tomorrow. And I find myself putting off the stuff that I really, 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 really want to do, but I procrastinate on it because I don't know. Maybe it's I know this is a dream, this is a goal, this is something I want, but it scares me, or I'm afraid it won't turn out the way I want it. So I will put that part off. The task of laundry and, dishes and household chores and getting the memo in and emailing that person back and make that connection with the company that I need to make a connection with. Those things, those get done on the to-do list. But the things that are personal to me that I want to paint a piece of furniture and restore it because it's a hobby of mine, or I really need to work on a piece of music, but I'll just do it tomorrow because I don't have time. And every single time I put something off until the next time, I end up feeling down because deep down, I would feel more accomplished if I just did it in the moment instead of putting it off. And if you put something off now, most likely you will keep putting it off. And this becomes a very tiring habit of dreams and feelings of failure. And I think it's time right now. Take control. Take control of it. Do it right now in this moment. Think about some ideas you might have had. Are you wanting to lose weight? That's a very, very easy example to use. Do you want to start painting or writing? Do you want more time and manage your time better? Whatever you want to accomplish, do it now. And it is easier to start slowly and steady than fast and inconsistent. And this is where I think a lot of us do is, like I said, we're either waiting until this happens, I can do it. No, what can you do right now in this moment now to get to where you need to be? And I think sometimes we're like, oh, I'm going to do it. And we jump full in and then we just go fast, fast, fast. Or we do it and then we put it off and then we do it again and we put it off and it becomes inconsistent. And I think a lot of times this is how burnout can happen to you. And, like I said, losing weight is such the easiest example to use. And, you don't have to go join a gym membership right now. And you don't have to get on a lot ways, like a diet program right now. A lot of things that you can do right now is simply go for a walk, take a stretch, move your body. You can go do the gym membership, set a date, and make sure you follow through on that date. But you don't have to run out right now and be like, okay, I'm going to have to get a gym membership in order to lose weight, to be where I want to be. No, you can actually start doing things now. I know for me, when I started my journey to get in better shape and just feel more comfortable in my clothes, especially feel comfortable in my clothes without having to wear Spanx and stuff, suck it all in. I look back, and I was a slow journey for me. But one of the things that I did was I knew I wasn't going to go to a gym. I knew I wasn't going to do it. I knew I wasn't going to sign up. I knew if I did sign up, I would be inconsistent. I knew that I don't like going to a gym. It does not fit well in my schedule. What I did know is I have a beautiful neighborhood that I can walk in. I do have an elliptical. I do have a subscription to Beachbody to have access to their videos. And so what I did is I started slow and started working out. The weights I used, I knew I could not lift very heavy, so I started out small and light weights, and eventually I started moving on. The thing that I found that was the most helpful in reaching this goal, and I'm still working on this goal, was I started in the moment. If I only had 30 minutes, I did 30 minutes. If I had an hour, I did an hour. If I could only do 10 minutes, I could do 10 minutes. But I also scheduled it every single day about the same time. And it became the new habit. 2 years later, I can honestly look back and see the progress that I have made and how better and healthier I feel by doing this. And the thing you must do is just stop putting it off for another day. And after you start, then come up with a better plan for tomorrow and then the next day forward. I'm going to say it again. Take control of your life today. I encourage you to stop wasting extra time and energy and waiting when you will be taking the time and energy and putting into something you want to do. Decide what you want for yourself. I want you to take a moment to just visualize yourself and see yourself succeeding in whatever the idea, the goal, your career, your children, you name it. I want you to stop and just kind of visualize seeing yourself succeeding. I want you to picture what life would look like living the best life for you. Look ahead to tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, and even 5 years from now. Now think back on that goal or that desire. Think about what you want for you. I encourage you to write it down. Make a visual aid. And take a good sigh of relief and pat yourself on the back because you just did something to start your new best life. Vision boards are popular. Do something if you're a visual person. I am definitely an audio learner. I do better listening and hearing things. And so if you need to put in a recording of yourself, telling yourself, good job on doing the first step. Okay, now the next step you need to do is this, and play it back to yourself. Do it. Do you need to take a break from old habits? Do you need to put your phone down, stop scrolling on social media, and stop comparing your life to everyone else's? How can you start now? How can you start enjoying your life right now? Please stop hoping tomorrow will be better when you can do something today. Each day set an intention that helps you make the best, basically your best life happen. When you find yourself overanalyzing, thinking, and talking to yourself out of what you want to do, verbally tell yourself out loud, stop. I'm going to go and tell you a little side note what's been going on, especially with this example. So I'll think of an idea. I want to do this. And then I will tell myself, or I'll think to myself, all the worst case scenarios, everything that could happen that could be bad. Then my anxiety increases. And then I'm like, what's the point? Because everything I'm thinking about is the worst case scenario. And then that leads into, I'll start thinking about different plans and different ways to avoid the horrible thing I'm thinking in my head. And then I will be like, no, I don't want to do it. I'm going to put it off. And then I'm like, why am I feeling stuck? Why am I feeling blah? Why am I feeling like I can't live the best life? Well, it's because I'm in my head. It's because I've talked myself out of it. It's because I call it the hamster wheel of just negative thinking or overanalyzing or thinking of every reason why I should not do something. What I have found very effective is actually in those moments telling myself stop. And then telling myself, what if the worst didn't happen? What if actually the success of this could happen? Tell myself out loud, what can I get done today? What can I do in this moment right now to get to where I would like to be instead of thinking of all the bad things? And so sometimes talking to yourself and stopping that negative thought can actually help. I want you to think, what can I get done today to make what I want to do happen? it sounds silly. It also sounds very simple, and it also sounds very complicated. And all the same things. And that's based off of you and how you feel and think about your goals, your dreams, your desires, how you want your life to look. But it's a new way of thinking. And I think you would really actually be happier. Especially like when you stop putting it off. Because a lot of times when you put things off, it leads to, regret. I should have done that yesterday. Oh, I could have done that. And I think when you're able to stop putting yourself on, I can't do it. It's not the time. I got to wait. I think it does lead to, like I said, not really living your best life. And I think when you actually start doing the steps and you start slowly but surely doing it, you're going to see yourself succeeding. And you will see happiness come. You will find peace in your life. And, as I say, there are going to be things that are completely out of our control. You may do X, Y, and Z, and X, Y, and Z pushes back. But still keep going. And so with this, I just hope that these tips help you, help improve, help, you stop overthinking, maybe take control, find ways to see where in your life you want changes and start doing it now. And remember, confidence equals beauty. If you're looking for more information to read on building confidence or just any life situations, please visit www.confidenceequalsbeauty.com. If you have any questions on any topic you want me to cover, please email me at amandarobinsontaylor@gmail.com. If you would please help me get this podcast to more people who could use the community and support, please like, follow, subscribe, and share this podcast. Also, please rate this podcast, preferably a good rating, so this podcast can reach more and more people. I want to thank you for spending your time with me, and remember, confidence equals beauty.